So a little history lesson here today, guys. Back in the 1847, around then, the Irish famine was taking place, and Ireland basically got a lot of food supply. It got like $170, $150 from a Native American tribe, and we really loved that, guys, because the people of Ireland weren't actually suffering through a famine per se, as the top comment here says. We were actually, suffering from a genocide caused by Britain to destroy the Irish, okay? There was actually plenty of food in Ireland at the time, but they didn't allow us to have the food, okay, unless you were like really rich and stuff like that. So the British basically had lots of money, food to give us, but they just didn't give it to us, guys, unfortunately. But the Native Americans, the Choctaw tribe, I believe, not to be confused with the Choctaw tribe, the Choctaw tribe, they gave us $170, guys, which is phenomenal. And right now, like the last year, I think, back when the Native Americans were struggling through the lockdowns, basically, Irish people repaid the debt. Okay, we repaid an old debt. We gave them a few million. So this is a kind of a cool story. We're going to listen to CBS This Morning talk about it, guys, so let's get it.
We've long heard how COVID-19 has hit communities of color especially hard, and that includes Native Americans. But help for one tribe is coming from an unlikely place far across the Atlantic. One nation is remembering a long ago act of kindness and is enthusiastically repaying the debt. In Ireland, there's a special bond with Native Americans that has stood the test of time.
True.
It all happened 173 years ago during the potato famine. 1 million mostly poor Irish men and women starved to death when a fungus destroyed the potato crop. The Choctaw tribe in Oklahoma came to their aid.
And not only 1 million people died of starvation, 1 million people emigrated to places like the US, guys. It's estimated that something like 50 million ancestors are actually throughout the US that have Irish ancestry.
The tribe understood hardship. Many had died when 60,000 people were driven off their ancestral lands in what's known as the Trail of Tears.
They decided to reach in their pockets and send that money over to the people of Ireland.
In 1847, Gary Batten's ancestors came up with $170.
Today's money probably would be a little bit more than $5,000, but they said it was more than just the giving. It was the giving of hope. It was the giving that somebody cared for you in those desperate times.
True.
Why do you think?
True. It's not only the money, guys. It's the spirit. It's the spirituality behind it. People are giving to you when everybody else around you, i.e. the British, were trying to hurt you and harm you. The Choctaw tribe came and they helped us. It's unbelievable, guys. I actually only found out about this a few months ago when one of my loyal subscribers actually suggested this video to me.
I think the Choctaw were so motivated to give when here in America they were dealt an awful blow themselves.
Well, the short answer is empathy.
In Cork, Ireland, sculptor Alex Pentek created Kindred Spirits to commemorate the treasured gift. Gary Batten, now the Choctaw chief, was invited to the unveiling in 2017 and still marvels at how the Irish people appreciate something that happened so long ago.
Yeah,
it's taught in their history.
We don't forget here in Ireland, guys. We don't forget the bad, but we also don't forget the good.
Books. Every year I receive postcards from their students over there thanking the Choctaw Nation for what they did back during the potato famine.
And what's really fascinating is that lots of people gave money. Money came from Queen Victoria, money came from Calcutta. But the real gift that the Irish remembered is the gift from the Choctaw.
Professor Patrick Kirwan has made writing about the Irish-Native American relationship his life's work. Then fast forward to coronavirus pandemic this year, when the Navajo reservation was severely impacted. There, Ethel Branch sought help.
So this whole thing was your idea.
I knew people would be hit hard for various reasons, either, living on a fixed income with not adequate funding. A third of the nation has no running water, another third has no electricity. So I went ahead and
Yeah, the reservations are very poor in the US, right? That's to the best of my understanding. Okay, very rich in culture and heritage, but very impacted with like drug abuse and alcoholism and things like that. Because of course, guys, they're run off their land. It was pretty unfortunate. They definitely got the short end of the stick when it comes to a lot of these historical, patterns.
Started the GoFundMe.
In Ireland, Patrick Kirwan heard about the appeal.
What moved you to donate?
I think for most Irish people, I think it's this idea of finding commonality. All of the messages have been about this idea of paying it forward, about a sense of remembrance.
And countless Irish men and women saw this as a chance to pay back for something they never forgot.
When I started the fund, I put the goal at $50,000, and I just thought, well, this is wildly optimistic. I don't think we're going to make more than $1,000. And now to be approaching $5 million is just amazing.
Oh
In a
my
little
God.
more than 2 months, a team from the Navajo and then the Hopi Nations in Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico organized to distribute food and other essentials. And they are thanking the Irish.
So here we are, it is 2020, we're in the middle of this pandemic, and lo and behold, Ireland comes calling to the Navajo Nation.
You cannot teach things like that. I mean, that's the things that surpass time.
Wow.
We will stick together as human beings.
Ethel Branch's goal to get 2 weeks of groceries to some 200,000 people is still hard to achieve, but made easier thanks to an enduring friendship.
We're going to be paying this back in the future as well. You know, our children, our grandchildren, you know, who knows how many generations down the line. It's really beautiful, and we definitely want to keep this going, and we're going to tell this story to our children.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Look at that. That's a beautiful sculpture that the guy from Cork made. Shout out to your man from Cork. He probably won't see this video, but that's a legendary sculpture. Wow. I mean, unbelievable sculpture. Truly unbelievable. On the water there, beautiful. Like, that's the thing, guys. Us Irish people, we're very giving. You know, we're an understanding nation.
Well over $5 million as we speak. It's an amazing tribute to something that happened long ago,
Wow.
happening right now,
Yep.
paying it forward.
Fantastic. Love the story, Michelle. Great job. And I love that it's more than the giving, it's the giving of hope.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it's not just the money, guys, because of course 5,000 euros back then probably wasn't, you know, it actually probably went a lot further than nowadays. I mean, it's that, you know, back in the 1847, back in the, you know, 1840s, guys, it probably was way more than anything that we have nowadays. So truly an unbelievable story. And how I only heard about it recently, you know, from starting this YouTube channel, guys, I'm starting to learn a lot more about Irish history and how we impact people around the world. And it's just truly unbelievable. So around the lockdowns, guys, now we're giving back. Okay, us Irish never forget our friends. We have your back. Absolutely, guys. I never forget my friends, the people that were there for me when I was down and I needed somebody. But also, guys, hopefully that people can reciprocate that. And we do, guys. We don't just flip and leave you hanging. You know, if some guy gives us something like $170 back then, like I said, was a lot more, guys. Okay? Several $1,000s in today's money. And, you know, for them to even help us, for them to even give us hope, guys, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me know your thoughts, guys. I love you all. Drop a comment down below. Smash that subscribe button. We just hit 100K, so much thank you to everybody. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.